Hey guys, it's me again. I just want to come on here and just post another video just for your enjoyment, my enjoyment, and just for the heck of it, to be honest. I know everybody has their own opinions about certain things, and and some may agree, some disagree, and some agree to disagree, just to avoid confrontation, you know? Yeah, I'm bringing it up now because I have my own opinions. Some of them are unpopular, but they're my opinions. And if you agree or disagree, that's on you. But if you disagree, we'll agree to disagree. Because at the end of the day, because these are my opinions, you can have your own opinions. It's not my problem, but I'm just going to list some my opinions. Some of them are unpopular. Some of them are just currently my opinions to begin with. And we're starting off with Law and Order SVU. In my headcanon, Olivia Benson is bisexual. Like, in the earlier seasons when she's going out on them dates, she just says she's going out on a date. It didn't say if she was going out with a guy or a woman. You just never know. And I'm sorry, she's pulling some bisexual vibes. I'm like, in my head, she's gotta be at least bisexual. Yeah. Bensler, which is Benson and Stabler, they're endgame. I'm sorry. I mean, it's already been kind of confirmed that they're endgame, but yeah. And the Barson ship, which is Rafa Barba and Olivia Benson, it was not that bad, and I could see that happening before Elliot came back. But then as I rewatched the series, I realized they had more of a brother-sister vibe. They're like pretty much painting each other's butts. But at the end of the day, they come together just to come up and join together just to protect each other, you know? They do anything for each other. Which, in my mind, that's what a brother-sister dynamic is. Kind of like Finn and Olivia. They're more like brother-sisters than people that ship them together. Although, if you want to ship them together, that's your opinion. And there's people out there who ship Barson. Some people who ship Olivia and somebody else. But I personally ship her with Elliot Stabler. Because that's just me. Pretty obvious. Tucson, which is Ed Tucker and Olivia Benson, it was not that great. They didn't even address how they got started to begin with. The only thing they shown was them going out for drinks. Like go out for a drink, you know, like wine or something. Or maybe have a little bit of dinner and just walk around in the park. They don't really address it that much. And to be honest, and that is not to mention that how in the earlier seasons he made the SVU team their lives a living hell. For one reason or another, he made their lives a living hell. And I get it that everybody changes, but I personally don't see it. I just can't see it. And may Ed Tucker rest in peace. But I just feel that if Olivia stayed with Tucker and the whole events came about where he found out he had cancer and it spread to his brain, you know, he had like about 6 months to a year to live. And then he eats his own gun. Now it would definitely went downhill for her. because that's somebody that she cared about. I don't know why I did this, because she probably did care about him. Like, somebody she cared about killed himself. I mean, she was still feeling the emotions in the show, but if she stayed with him and married him, then it would definitely not be good. And going back to Rafael Barba, he was actually my favorite ADA, to be honest. It was just something about him. He was like one of the best ADAs there. But Carisi is a really close second. Excuse me. Sorry, I just had a burp. But in this next opinion, is probably mine, but it's probably everybody else's. And it's probably common knowledge, but if Mariska Hargitay leaves the show, it's over. Because let's face it, it's the Olivia Benson show. Because if she decides to leave the show, if Mariska Hargitay leaves the show, Ice-T is going with her, because he said many times in interviews that when she's done, he's out too. And then that show is going to go completely downhill, and it's going to be completely over. No matter how you do it. Yeah. And I know I ship Benson and Stabler, but I'm Team Benson all the way. If she's happy, so am I. And I don't think I'm alone in this next opinion of mine. I just want one season where Olivia Benson does not have something happen to her, whether it's traumatically, physically, mentally, or emotionally. I just want her happy. And it seems like every season in the past 25 years, there's always something that happens that affects her traumatically, physically, mentally, or emotionally. I just want one season where nothing is that bad to the point where she's questioning herself. Okay, now switching over to organized crime, I only have one. And I was like, and this is talking about parallel universes. Like, in a parallel universe, Jess Slumacher's, the IT tech in the squad, I believe that she's Olivia Benson's and Elliot Stabler's love child. Because that's in my head. I'm like, they are definitely... I don't know how to explain it. It's just, in a parallel universe, I believe that she would be their love child. I'm just leaving it at that. Okay, now switching over to WWE, I only have the two. Miss Elizabeth deserves to be in the Hall of Fame with Macho Man Randy Savage. I personally believe when Randy Macho Man Savage got inducted in the Hall of Fame back in 2015, Miss Elizabeth should have been inducted with him. I'm sorry. The fact that he's in the Hall of Fame and she isn't, that's a crying shame. But this last one for WWE, in my opinion, and I think many others do too. Don't get me wrong. Roman Reigns deserves all my respect, considering that he fought leukemia twice. He deserves my respect, but he really needs to lose that title. It's high time for him to lose that title. He's had a good enough reign. He's the longest reigning. Well, one of the longest reigning WWE champions. But he deserves to move on from that. Okay, now this next show is, I'm not sure if some people may have heard of it, some people may have not, because not many people watch the Hallmark Channel. But the show is called One Calls the Heart. And I only have four opinions on this one. My first one is, Elizabeth should have chose Nathan at the end of season 8. And was season 8. Because I'm Team Nate. I was all Team Nathan all the way. Probably because he was a Mountie, just like Jack, her late husband. But I just feel that he really did truly believe that he was in love with her. And the fact that he would even consider leaving the Mounties for her, that shows how much he loves her. Elizabeth and Lucas wasn't going to last because they wanted different things. Because, yes, they got engaged. He wanted to figure out how to do politics. And when she ended up winning the governorship and the last episode of season 10. Yeah, it was season 10. Whew. Can't believe it's been on that long. But however, she was unsure of how she was going to fit in. Yeah. And she was already having doubts as it was. Because she was focused on everything else except for planning the wedding. Which, I was so glad that they broke up. Because they really were going on different paths. Now, going back to that is, Elizabeth only chose Lucas because he was considered safe. And when I say safe, I mean she didn't want to get into a relationship with another Mountie with the risk of what happened to Jack. Because Mounties put their lives on the line every day. But however, she didn't really think that she was going to lose Lucas in the way of a failed botch or something business related. Because that could happen too. And my last one is Abigail should return. And not just mentioned on the show, not just mentioned, I want to see her face to face. Because what went down with Lori Loughlin, the actress that played Abigail Stanton, I understand why Hallmark did what they did, but she really needs to show up again. To at least give Elizabeth some guidance. Rosemary is doing a really good job, but she really needs Abigail's advice. I hate to say it, I believe that wholeheartedly. Let's just say that I get that she's mentioned in the background or whatever, but I would really like to see Abigail show up on the show and figure out a way to figure something out, how to build a relationship with, I don't know, Henry Gowan, because I could have seen that going somewheres, but I wouldn't know, because when it came down to the fact that what happened, and she had to get cut out of the show, and she was written out of the storyline, I just felt that was unresolved. So that's all my opinions. If you feel like you have different opinions, let me know. We'll agree to disagree. And if you disagree with one of my opinions, just explain why you think so. And then, so I could get a good understanding of why you feel that way. And I'll respect it, as long as you respect my opinions. But once you start going negative, your comments will be getting deleted. I'm sorry. I'm just saying it straight out. You gotta keep it positive. And if you agree with one of my opinions, please let me know why. And don't just say, because I disagree with you. Because that's something I don't go for. So, like, comment, subscribe. Be safe and stay Gucci. Bye!